Posted up near the White House. We want to start, though, on Capitol Hill with Sahil. Sahil, if you will, walk us through what's happening in the Senate right now when it comes to this vote and keeping the government open.
Hey, Yasmin. Well, just in the last few seconds, within the last minute or so, the Senate gavelled out this key vote on this House 6-month bill to keep the government open, avert a shutdown at midnight tonight. The vote was 62 to 38. 62 to 38, which means it has enough votes. It has the 60 votes it needs to break a filibuster. What comes next is 4 amendments, all of which are expected to fail. This is part of a time agreement that was negotiated. And then final passage of the bill needs a simple majority. This bill is headed to President Trump's desk. It is not what most Democrats wanted. But Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer cobbled together just enough votes to help Republicans break a filibuster. He argued that the worst possible option would be a government shutdown, even though Democrats strongly objected to many of the provisions in this bill. They noted they weren't at the table to negotiate it. This was negotiated and written between Speaker Johnson and the White House. And I'm going to name you the 10 Democrats who provided those crucial votes. Senators Cortez Masto, Durbin, Fetterman, Gillibrand, Hassan, King, Peters, Schatz, Schumer, and Shaheen. Several of them are in Schumer's leadership team. Several of them are retiring at the end of session and don't have to face voters. In other words, don't have to deal with the immense amount of voter anger from Democrats who urge them to kill this bill.
You used the word anger, Sahil. I think it's an important word because obviously you've got a lot of Democrats that are certainly angry with Chuck Schumer right about now and supporting not only Republicans, but ultimately the president in getting this bill across the finish line, not calling for him essentially to step aside. How serious are these efforts this hour?
I think we're going to find out. We don't know how serious they are in the Senate in particular, because there are at least some Democrats who were in the vote no, hope yes category. They didn't want to shut down, but they also didn't want to be on record supporting this bill that a lot of their base and a lot of voters despise and wanted them to kill. So the question is, does that immense amount of anger that we've seen directed at Chuck Schumer from House Democrats, from outside prominent Democrats, and from liberal activists, does that convert to anger within the Senate of Democratic senators as well? Because this is their decision whether to keep Schumer as their leader. Suffice it to say, this is the worst position I've seen Chuck Schumer in his 8 years at the helm of the Senate Democratic Conference.
Goldilocks didn't crave porridge. He craved something